Take your book. Take your books out. We have to do a very serious lesson today. These are the most important tips you need as a bride, and I'm going to do them all in one video so that you can save this video and come back and check it later when you're doing your wedding, when you have started your wedding planning. So, number one, set the wedding date. You have just been engaged. Number one, the first thing that you have to do, set the wedding date. Sit down with your groom, pick the most appropriate date for the two of you. Set the wedding date. I'll go a bit faster because I only have 10 minutes to give you all these tips, and they are a lot. Number two, outline the wedding budget. Come up with a wedding budget. After you've set the date, come up with a wedding budget. Sit down with your groom. Mwambie, okay, now we are going to get married, and because it is our wedding, this is the much we can spend. Okay, or this is the much that we have as a couple. Then how much do we want from our friends, or the support that we want from our friends and families? Set a budget. This budget will help when you're doing the committee and also when you need to raise funds. But set a budget that is reasonable and workable with the two of you first. Then consider the time of the day. Do you want it to be a night wedding, or a noon wedding, or a morning wedding, or evening wedding? What kind of a wedding do you want? Okay, another thing, you have to come up with the bridal team. Ask your groom, on my side, I want these ladies to be my bridesmaids, and on his side, these are the men that he has suggested, or these are the best man and best lady that you want. Come up with the bridal team. This is number 4. Number 5, research on your wedding vendors. Now, this one you can do alone as a bride, or you can have your planner help you. After you have done the 4 things that I've started with, now you can research for vendors. Go on social media. Come here on TikTok. You can search vendors anywhere, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You can search for vendors everywhere. And then after you have an idea, you have to next ask around for advice. Ask around for advice, okay, from friends and families. Let them give you referrals. Which vendor did you work with? This vendor is what I work with, etc, etc. Another thing you have to do, number 6, have a wedding size consideration. Do you want a big wedding? Do you want a small wedding? Do I want invites on? Do I want 50 people, 100 people? Do I want 600 people at my wedding? How many people do you want? So that you can be able to narrow down even when it comes to your wedding guest list. Next, you have to book these vendors and venues in advance. You have to book in advance, because the moment you wait, you will not get these places that you have in mind. You have picked a date, you've picked the venue, you've picked the vendors, everything, but you did not book in advance. You will start from zero. You must book in advance. Number 7, have backup plans for your venue. If you're having your wedding outdoor, or maybe at the wedding grounds or somewhere outdoor, have a wedding backup plan, a venue backup plan. Sometimes some venues have another hall, Talk to them. Can we have this hall in case it rains? Okay, that is another thing you have to consider. Another tip that is very important. Another tip, make travel arrangements. You're the bride. Try to think, okay, these people are going to Dubai for my wedding. Do I have travel arrangements for them? Or they're coming all the way from Nyanza to Mombasa, or they're coming from Mombasa to Nairobi. Do I have transport arrangements? How many people can take care of themselves? How many people will I have to send fare to? Wazazi wanataka fare. So know how many people you'll have to ferry, so that you can also consider when it comes to your venue, okay? When it comes to transportation, also consider the distance between the church and the reception. Sometimes the church is too far from the reception. Itakukula. Mtu wa deco atakucharge a lot of transport. The deco person will charge you a lot of transport if the church is also too far from the reception, okay? So at least look for a favorable distance between church and reception, so that also you do not waste a lot of time on the roads with a lot of traffic jam, okay? Another thing, you have to ask for referrals as much as you can. Ask for people that have done weddings before. Talk to people. Ask for advice. Okay, not necessarily will you take their advice, but consider what they're going to tell you. Advice ingine itakusaidia save on a lot of money. Okay, and then be sure to talk to your fiancé. Talk to your husband. Involve your husband as much as you can. There's some husbands who are just laid back. They do not want stress mingi. It is your wedding, you plan na nini. Oh, it can be hectic. Talk to your husband. If it is overwhelming, even to us as planners, it can be overwhelming to you, and you need somebody to talk to all through the planning session. Okay, even if you have a planner, be sure to talk to your fiancé, involve them. Today we have managed to do this, we have met the cake person with the planner, today we have gone, we have finished up with the dresses. Talk it out, it will help you. Another thing that you must know as a bride, know your family needs. Okay, and expectations as well, and know how to manage the expectations as a family. Oh, sisi tunataka msichana wetu afanye hivi, sijui aletwe na Range Rover, sijui akuje na chopa. All these things, sometimes family can demand for some things during your wedding, and you do not know them that way. Sawa. So just be sure to know the expectations and manage their expectations wisely. Kama huwezi, bring a very strange face, that will deal with them. Second last thing, save the drama. Family members can have a lot of drama. So this is a very free tip I'm giving you. Save the drama. And if possible, the last tip I'll give you today, have undercover agents. Yes, from your family. Yes, have neutral people that will be dealing with your family, undercover agents. It can be like a friend who is not on the lineup. Yeye ako tu kwa family ndani, but anakuwekea macho, you know, so that you can handle family drama with grace. It will save you a lot of stress on your wedding day. These tips I'm giving you, you have to save this video and share with those brides out there. It will help you when you're starting your wedding planning. I hope I helped someone.